Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another vlog. We have just arrived on Paros. We got here last night, took the ferry over from Naoussa. So we're staying in this lovely hotel. It's called Milos, I believe. It's a spa hotel and it's located just on the outskirts of the town of Naoussa, which is absolutely beautiful. We popped in last night just for some quick dinner. Anyway, today is our first day on Paros, so we have a couple of things we want to do today. I think we're going to go into the village of Lefkes. I hope I'm pronouncing these names right. Yeah, so we're going to go have a wander around there. I don't think there's too much to actually do. I think there's a couple of cafes maybe, but it just looks really cute and very Instagrammable. So yeah, we're going to go there first, and then we are going to go to one of the many lovely beaches around here called Paros. But yeah, we're here for 5 days, so we've got a few things we want to do basically, but we also don't really get holidays very often, so we are going to be doing our fair share of relaxing by the pool and just chilling out. There's also a beach just right down by us as well, just past the building work. Don't you just love that when you pay for a sea view room and this is what you get? Expectations versus reality. If you are coming to Paros, I would definitely recommend getting a rental car. We booked ours through Europe Car and picked it up from the port, and it only cost us €40 a day. There isn't really much in the way of public transport and taxis are really expensive. Or you can always rent an ATV or scooter, but we did have quite a lot of luggage, so that's why we chose to go with a car. After only about a 15-minute journey from Naoussa, we arrived in Lefkes, and I have to say it was much bigger and better than I expected. There was lots of cute little shops selling clothes, gifts and souvenirs, which we had a little look around, and then we honestly just spent probably about the best part of an hour wandering around the streets. It was absolutely beautiful and it really did live up to the hype. But what I loved most about this village was, even though it did have its fair share of tourists, it didn't feel touristy. It still had the charm of a small village. Apart from when we arrived at this person's lovely house, which I instantly recognised from other people's YouTube vlogs and from Instagram. After fighting off a few Frenchies, we did manage to get a couple of pictures there, which I think was worth the wait, but obviously the earlier you get there, the quieter it will be. I rewarded my husband's patience with some mid-morning gelato because why not? We're on holiday. And honestly, if you go to Paros and specifically Lefkes, you have to go here. This was the best gelato I had on my whole holiday. In fact, I would say it's probably on a par with the gelato I had in Rome, which was unbelievably good. We also got some baklava, which embarrassingly we could not finish, but this was also such a cute place to people watch and, more importantly, dog watch. Next we headed down to Paros, which again only took about 10 or 15 minutes to get to from Lefkes. And that's something I absolutely love about Paros compared to Naxos, is that obviously it's a lot smaller, so you can get pretty much anywhere in like 20 or 30 minutes. As you can see, this beach had lovely white sand and clear, calm waters, and best of all, lots of lovely restaurants to eat at, literally right on the beach. So of course we had to stop off for a mid-afternoon snack. We just got some tzatziki as standard and also some courgette fritters. Then it was back to the hotel for a nap after all that food and to freshen up before we went out for dinner to this place where we could actually see from our hotel balcony. We went to Deck, which is fairly new. I think it's only been around for about a year, but this food was amazing. It's kind of fine dining, but they do traditional Greek dishes like with a twist. So I had calamari with panko breadcrumb, which was insane. And yeah, all the food was amazing, but obviously the best thing really was the view. Looking right out onto the ocean, we literally just saw the sunset, and yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Hello guys, it is the next day. We have just been for an amazing couples massage, an hour long. Literally, I feel, well, I do feel relaxed, but honestly, these ladies were so strong, and at one point I was like, can you just
take it down a notch because it was actually a little bit painful, but in a good way. As you can see, I'm covered in oil, so we thought we'd take this opportunity to go for a swim. I did wash my hair last night. Obviously there was no point in doing that because it's literally soaked in oil, just to let you know it's not just my natural grease. But yeah, we're gonna go down to the nearest beach, which is Piperi? Yeah, the nearest beach to us, which is like just 5 minutes down the road. So yeah, my camera battery is flashing low, so I'm gonna go.
We actually didn't stay at this beach for long, but only because we're Scottish and there weren't any sunloungers with umbrellas. And also there was nowhere to get any drinks or food, so we ended up going back to the pool and got some cocktails there instead, which was lovely. And then we headed into Naoussa to get some lunch. This was the first time that we actually saw it during the daytime, and it was lovely. It was probably just as lovely as I expected, maybe a little more. I just love all the tiny little streets with the whitewashed buildings, and of course we ran into the most famous Instagram spot of Naoussa. And then we walked over to see the Phoenician fortress. I have to say, I think this ranks pretty highly on TripAdvisor for things to do on Paros, and I'm sorry, but for me it was a little bit of a letdown. With that being said though, it was still a nice place to have a different view of Naoussa and the harbour and get some nice pictures. But yeah, would I go back there? Probably not. As you can see, it was just flooded with water. There was literally nothing going on. It was just ruins. But yeah, you live and learn.
Real reaction. Oh my god, you can actually sit on this lake.
For a little change, we decided to be spontaneous and just find somewhere there and then to go for lunch. So we did end up going to Barbarossa purely because we saw like 6 of them in a space of like half a mile in Naoussa, so we thought it must be good. And this place did brunch, like all day brunch, and then also sushi. So Gordon went for sushi, and I'm not a big fish eater, so I did go for the burger, which was absolutely amazing. I think especially after like a full week solid of purely eating Greek food, it was a really nice change. Hi guys, it is much later on now. I'm just on our little hotel balcony, but I thought I'd just fill you in. We have had a lovely day. It's been quite full on, but just really nice all the same. But yeah, it's actually the end of the day now, so we've just been up at the pool for an hour, just cooling off because it has been really hot today. And then we are actually just going to a little workshop that I have booked. Gordon doesn't know anything about it, but yeah, it's actually like a marble carving workshop, so you basically create your own souvenir out of marble from this island. So I thought that sounded like a good kind of little date night activity. I will try leave details as well of the workshop and everything down below for you to check out if you are coming to Paros. But yeah, I will let you know how it goes later on. So it's the next day. We got back really late last night. The workshop was so good. It was literally just me and Gordon. I think
The class is normally for like up to 5 people, but I guess we were the only people to book onto it, but it was so good. I would definitely recommend booking onto it if you're looking for a unique experience. Yeah, we had a great time and I will show you the finished product. So obviously I had to make something candle related, so I made this little tea light holder. I thought it would be perfect in the bathroom, so that's mine, and then this is Gordon's. I'm not sure if he said it's meant to be a sailboat or something, but yeah, he basically went down just a more kind of like artistic route, I guess, whereas I was like, I need something I'm going to actually use. But yeah, you can see like all the crystal coming through. It's absolutely beautiful. There was loads of different marbles that we could basically choose from, but we ended up choosing, I think, the same kind of marble, like from the same quarry and everything. And I believe this is marble from Naoussa, and again you can see like the crystal coming through. So he helped us choose out the pieces of marble and then trimmed them down for us, and then yeah, we basically just carved them into this, as you'll have seen I'm sure on the videos that I took last night. So that's them. I'm very pleased with our little creations, I have to say. Also, I know I sound like a broken record, but it's literally getting hotter and hotter every day that we're here. I think today it's meant to only be like a high of 30 degrees, but on real feel it's like 35. So yeah, we are gonna get topped up on the sun cream and then head out for the day.
So today we headed up the coast a little bit to check out some more lovely beaches. We saw this amazing super yacht on the way, absolute goals. We did go past Colin B3's beach, but even though it was only like 10 o'clock, it was already so busy and we decided to give it a miss. We did go and see this little church, but we did actually see this little kind of museum place on your way in, and we decided to check it out, and it was actually really interesting. I would definitely recommend it if you are going there anyway, because we were only in there for like 20-25 minutes, but yeah, it was super interesting. And then we walked up to check out the church and realised that actually on the other side of the church is Monastery Beach. Crazy to see how shallow the water was. Look at how far out these people are and how low the water is on them. Of course we had to get some pictures. No, we did not climb on the dome because there was lots of signs saying it was dangerous, and obviously it's also quite disrespectful, but it was very beautiful all the same. And then we decided, seeing as we were there and it was blooming hot, we would head down to the Monastery Beach Club. As you can see, they actually have an open air cinema there, which was quite cool, hammocks and also gazebos and umbrellas and sun loungers. These are on a tiered pricing scheme, so we did opt for one of the back rows because we're not made of money. Now, we really didn't know much about this place before we went down, but spoiler alert, it is spenny. Needless to say, we did not get any cocktails here, but we instead both got one beer each, and we shared a club sandwich, which was mediocre at best. It was so overpriced, it was almost painful. And yes, the sea was lovely. It was some of the clearest waters I've seen. You could even see little fish swimming around. But pro tip, there were people there just using their beach towels and lounging on the big rocks. So don't feel like you need to spend 25 euros to have a sun lounger and an umbrella. That being said though, as I keep reiterating, we are Scottish and very pale and burn easily, and it was the end of our holiday, so we really did not want to get burnt. So I can't say that I do regret it, but I just wanted to let you guys know what kind of prices to expect here. So we are on our last day here now. Well, our last full day. We leave tomorrow evening kind of, so we do have a few hours tomorrow to make use of the pool again before we check out. But yeah, we thought we would just walk into the town and see if we can have a little wine tasting at the local wine bar. They also have a vineyard here on Paros. We did actually try some of the wine last night at dinner and it was delicious. So yeah, we thought we'll head in, see if we can have a little tasting. They do like
cheese plate as well. So yeah, that's kind of our plan for dinner tonight really, or a little pre-dinner snack.
Wine and cheese followed
Wine
by
and cheese.
gyros. Sounds good
Yeah,
to me.
and then I think we'll have to have another gyros because they're so bloody good and so cheap.
The wine tasting was so good. I was a little bit worried it was going to be really pretentious, but it wasn't at all. And they talked us through everything.
The signature grape of Paros, Monastery. We occupied mostly with this variety of the grapes. Monastery gives our
The food was so good. I only wish I had more of it. But we had all of these little nibbles with cheese and meat, and it all went with the wine really nicely. After that, of course, we had to find somewhere nice to enjoy our last sunset in Greece. So we headed to this place called Come Back. Love the name. And miraculously we managed to get a table even though it was so busy and we didn't have a booking. The cocktails here were so yummy. In fact, easily our favourites of the holiday. Yes, it was a little bit on the pricey side, but it was our last night and honestly I think it was worth it for this view. We were literally right on the water's edge and yeah, it was just beautiful and a lovely way to finish the holiday. We called it a day not long after the sun went down and had a little meander through the streets on our way home, and of course we had to pick up a couple of souvenirs. So we stopped in at this shop which sells handmade soaps and lotions and other cosmetics which are all made here on the island. And here are some pictures and videos I took on previous days, but I just wanted to say that after that we were still a little bit peckish, so we stopped off for some gyros at Pitta Frank. However, on previous nights we had gyros at this place called the Foodie Bar, which in my opinion were better, and they get a kind of a mixed review online, so I wanted to give them a little shout out. And then the next day we pretty much just hung around the hotel and did some work before leaving the hotel and making our way back home to Scotland. I forgot to film an outro for this video, but I really do hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, please be sure to leave it a like and subscribe for more content, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!